Bowers Game Corner presents Gen Con Video Bonanza 2014. Made possible by Billionaire Banshee, Guys, Games, and Beer, Dashing Inventor Games, creators of the Simple System role-playing game system, and Zonko, makers of Mobs, the t-shirts that turned life into an RPG.
Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back for more of our Gen Con Bonanza Explosion live at Gen Con 2014. I'm very excited because we are with Javier, and we're going to be talking about Beasties and Bygones. What is Beasties and Bygones?
Beasties and Bygones is a role-playing game system. It's a world that we created for our show Game Nights, which is a half-animated, half-live-action show about a bunch of gamers that basically, have kind of boring lives and have to, live their lives through these animated characters. So it cuts back and forth, kind of ADD style. It's pretty silly, but the world it's so creative. When we created this world, we wanted to just highlight the world. On the show, since it's half-animated, we don't get that much time to really talk about that little world because it's more about the characters that are playing. So in this game called Beasties and Bygones, and it's run by the system, the Simple System, which is a Kickstarter campaign. You can look it up. It was an amazingly run campaign, and the system is very innovative. But what it's good at is getting the rules out of the way for the storytelling. So we did two demos out here at Gen Con, and people loved it. But the biggest thing about this is our world is a very satirical world. So if you like South Park, we have characters. Our main character is named Afrodo. He's a black hobbit with an afro, and he has arrows in his hair. That's his quiver. We have monsters that are straight taken out of Greek mythology, satirical takes on monsters from Dungeons & Dragons, Lord of the Rings, any sort of fantasy setting. Even cartoons. Like if you want to play, your favorite cartoon on TV, you could literally play with your kids, create that character. It exists in our little world. And, the Kickstarter campaign is going to give you a whole season of adventures to run, ready to go, with very hysterical sort of takes on like a D&D. So it's kind of like you could play it adult or you could play it kiddie. We're going to have two different versions. But basically, you can make your character in 5 minutes with a simple system. And basically, we're going to have a lot of different... Here's some examples of monsters that are in the game. Like in the demo, there's mimepires. They're vampire mimes. And when they pretend to bite you, you get turned into a mimepire. So you get your stripes, all your clothes turn stripes. You can't talk, and all of a sudden you're like... So, it's really kind of silly. We also have like a hoarding dragon, but he doesn't hoard gold. He hoards like toys and trash, and his best friend is a tchotchke golem, just like a hoard golem. Sort of like plastic bottles and newspapers and toys that just assemble into a talking person. So we have a lot of social commentary in the game, and a lot of just really you don't know where it's going to go. We have an adventure called the Wizards Communication Commission. It's an adventure where basically the party stumbles into this town that's being controlled by these wizards in a tower. And these wizards have decided that these certain words are dirty, and if anybody says them in our town, we will bleep them with this spell. So now nobody can say any dirty words. Problem is, it's a rabbit hole because all of a sudden they start pointing out different words, until all of a sudden a lot of words are being bleeped. Then they start going, wait a minute, nudity is offensive, and even though that is your wife and you're in your own home, you shouldn't see that. So we cast a spell to blur any nudity. Your ankles are offensive now. So now we're going to blur that. Before you know it, it's just a bunch of bleeping people, blurry people bleeping at each other. So it's just like, I used to play growing up games, and it always de-evolved into just jokes, cracking jokes, being funny, just taking it over the top. Even, whether it's in a kiddie, funny way, a silly way, it just de-evolved that way. Our system is going to allow you to just go balls out, I guess to say.
And this is going to be on Kickstarter?
This is going to be a Kickstarter campaign that is coming soon, and it's basically going to be, a box set of Beasties and Bygones, which comes with all you need to play. Here's the basic system, is this card-based system. What's great about this is there's no 400-page rule books, no looking up charts. Everything you could teach this game. The rules are basically 30 pages long. I could teach you in 5 minutes. So of the two demos I played, I got so many laughs in there. We do stand-up comedy, and that's where the Game Nights web series came from. So we're putting all of our, screenwriting and comedy stuff into this adventure, and it's all going to be, instead of an adventure, we actually call them episodes because this is, a cartoon world. So, we had so many laughs and so many silly things happen during the demo, which kind of confirmed to us that there's a demand for irreverent, satirical, fantasy, cartoon role-playing that isn't being met, and we're here to do that.
All right, and when is the Kickstarter going to be going up? Do you know when that is yet?
Yeah, it's going to be in the fall, somewhere in the fall or the beginning of 2014. We want to make sure that when we launch, this thing is ready to go. So it's going to have a beautiful artwork. It's going to have, all the monsters are going to be on cards. Another great thing about this simple system is that, like I said, no rule books. Everything you need is right in front of you. So if you have power, you have the card right there. If you have a hand of things to play, and there's no referencing of any kind. So it's definitely streamlined. We can play longer games. You can get more gaming in because you're not like rolling, adding dice together. One simple flip gives you the initiative, gives you the damage you do, gives you whether you hit or not. So one flip and your action is done. Sometimes it's 2 or 3, but it's a very simple system that kind of encourages role-playing, and that's why I chose it for Beasties and Bygones, cartoon fantasy role-playing.
And just to make this clear, where can they go to check out game nights?
Go to criticalhitmedia.com and you can see the web series for free. It's the first 10 minutes of the web series. More is coming on that. The Kickstarter will also be a way for you to get high-quality versions of the web series, and we're going to be giving those away with the content. So it's criticalhitmedia.com, and you'll be able to check out all of our stuff, including some of our stand-up, including all the other stuff that we've done. So I'd say just check it out, and I bet you're going to get some laughs. And even if you don't end up backing us, I think you'll get a laugh just showing up to the website. We're also going to have a print and play version, so it's not that much of an investment. I printed these out myself, and it's pretty easy to do once you practice.
All right, fantastic. That is Javier with Beasties and Bygones. They're going to be having that Kickstarter up, so be sure to check it out if it sounds like it's something that might be up your alley.
We also have a Prefundia page at the criticalhitmedia.com. If you go, you'll see a Prefundia page. If you just put your email in there, I promise not to spam you. It's just going to be news about Beasties and Bygones. We'll tell you when the Kickstarter launches, and there'll be good reasons to jump on it early.
All right, absolutely fantastic. Check out the Prefundia. You can go do that right now. But thank you, Javier. It sounds like you guys have your hands in a lot of pots, which is awesome, melding them all together. If you're enjoying this Gen Con coverage, please be sure to just subscribe to our channel and check out our awesome sponsors down below. They rock.
Bauer's Game Corner presents Gen Con Video Bonanza 2014. Made possible by Billionaire Banshee, Guys, Games, and Beer, Dashing Inventor Games, creators of the Simple System role-playing game system, and Zonko, makers of Mobs, the t-shirts that turned life into an RPG.